September 7th in 1980 was a historical date, not because the Gotthard automobile tunnel was inaugurated, but since we started Radio Leonia. We had a brilliant business plan to inform and entertain the German-speaking tourists in Ticino, a target group already quite large but further growing fast, thanks to the tunnel shortcut.
The circumstances we started to broadcast that day were rather limited. Antenna location in a forest 20 minutes uphill to walk. Transmitter and studio in a hut nobody would dare to enter. Power line drawn up provisionally by a cable appended on the trees. No water, no infrastructure at all.
Of course, we didn't care. We were full of enthusiasm. We were proud that our signal reached further than expected, even up to the canton's capital Bellinzona. And we gave our best to be present 24 hours a day from Friday to Sunday every weekend. We soon had good responses from our target audience. The sky was wide open.
Da noi non manca la stampa ad oltre Gottardo e lo stesso dicasi di radio e tv, ma spesso il turista si attende una voce che gli parli da 2 passi dalla sua Ferienwohnung, dalla sua tenda, dalla sua roulotte. Eccolo accontentato.
With springtime 1981 we were ready to get serious. We rented part of a living space from a gentle senior in the near village, where we installed a true radio studio. The first time we could work properly, connected by a link transmitter, proper power supply, also uphill, human working conditions for the DJs. Thus, all requirements were achieved to start a real broadcast programming, not a hopeless copy of the national stations, but a genuine format radio. We dedicated it to rock and roll and became soon the first rock station of the area, with bilingual presentation 12 hours a day and non-stop music at night. The word infotainment didn't exist at that time. Actually, we practiced this kind of communication from the beginning.
La rivista Rosso-Blu.
Juhu, Rosso-Blu! Die Rot-Blaue Revue!
Die Rot-Blaue Revue, ein Tagesmagazin aus der Leonia-Redaktion, jeden Tag um 8:30 mit Wortbeiträgen zur Lage. Bärbeissig aus Bern, Sackig aus Zürich, der Senf aus Genf und die Rosine vom Tessin.
Our format attracted soon several freelancers, willing to work for us on friendly terms. Not a few of them got employed later on by newspaper editors or government radio and TV stations.
Meanwhile, it got obvious that our limitation to the suprageneri area would never permit us to grow commercially. We had to expand to the sottogeneri zone. After a thorough research, we found a solution. Radio Tresa, a station on the borderline reaching Lugano from its antenna on Monte Marzio. We connected a sophisticated link from our position to this mountain and resolved the technique to split the commercial messages between sopra and sottogeneri. To invest in such an innovation was challenging, but the result of doubling our capacity made it more than worthwhile.
The merger with Radio Tresa ended up with its acquisition in 1982. Consequently, we moved our operation base to Ponte Tresa, where we found a house part to rent, allowing us to concentrate all equipment and activity on one point. The future looked bright.
So far, so good. We expected to be welcome among the local population, broadcasting more Italian and less German programs, promoting tourism activities, and offering the local commerce to claim their products among all those tourists. Wrong assumption.
The Swiss-Italian public opinion is conflicting. Big part of the establishment considered us somehow colonialists. They were fed up with too much German. They restrained even German posting. They complained German superiority everywhere, and their media developed a hostile attitude.
Siete sull'ascolto di Radio Leonia 104.795.3. Sarebbe nel sopra e nel sotto Ceneri. Un buon ascolto.
Ma voi svizzeri tedeschi perché siete venuti a fare la radio qui?
Perché non c'è la possibilità in Svizzera, non c'era, adesso c'è, prima non c'era.
E adesso che c'è perché non la fate?
Perché è impossibile, con tutti quei leci che hanno fatto è impossibile. Si vede in futuro, ma non penso che è una cosa che funziona, con quel poco soldi che possono fare, con tutte quelle cose che devono trattare, come scrivere ogni disco, non viene mai fuori una radio locale che viva, non penso, cioè quello che penso io.
1983, Switzerland started to license the first local radios. We, operating from Italy as Radio Leonia, were identified as invaders. You heard it on the interview before. Among the cons we had to face were also customs formalities or court actions caused by the Swiss Radio Authority. But we kept our innocent attitude.
Nevertheless, we continued our expansion. We added a second production studio, we rebuilt our first antenna in the Sopraceneri, and we reconstructed the transmitter. Slowly we became somehow famous among the Sottoceneri public, thanks to our refined music formats and the free radio modus. In 1985, the Swiss-Italian TV station decided to do another service about the free radio stations in Italy. At that time, we noticed that the attitude had changed. We were no longer nasty Germans, but accepted neighbours.
12 Radio Leonia und 4,75,3 MHz intermezzo, mezzo forte und mitte Ion. Ai, nehmt das nicht allzu wörtlich, Rainy Day Woman heißt nämlich doch der gute alte Bob Dylan.
Tanta musica e programmi in Schweizerdeutsch, italiano e inglesi. Ma che cosa offrono queste radio a quei turisti che in certi periodi dell'anno si aggiungono agli ascoltatori abituali?
Posso dire, altri anni abbiamo anche fatto i servizi come per esempio ordinare un caffè, che non arriva sempre quello sbagliato, no? Come succede spesso quando uno vuole ordinare un caffè grande, riceve una tazzina e si offende in più. Poi altri anni abbiamo anche fatto un servizio, appunto, visto cosa succede in zona, bilingua. Quest'anno invece l'abbiamo lasciato perdere, facciamo solo in tedesco, solo che lo facciamo due volte al giorno. Lo facciamo dopo le 9 la mattina e le 6 e lì facciamo anche programmi come spiegazioni, che film c'è da vedere o dove si può andare, magari anche il giorno dopo.
A monument of our growing success was the new antenna we built on Monte Marzio, a huge construction superating the nearby Rai plant by far. This was possible because we could add several TV converter antennas for Mr. Berlusconi, who paid a good fee, although reluctantly.
Das neueste Live aus Fantasyland immer auf Leonia.
Ticino Fantasyland.
104,7 für Locarno, 95,25 für Lugano.
Fantasyland.
In the early 90s, we focused again on tourist promotion, adding multimedia components to our service like automated phone infos and a print publication called Ticino Fantasyland.
That folder featured points of interest and promotion coupons among the different offers. Unfortunately, the distribution by the tourist office did not work as expected. In the 90s, when Swiss government decided to repeat their first German radio program in Ticino too, began our decline.
We lost our core audience. We were exhausted. We gave up. But not without fighting. We bought Radio Campione, cooperated with Campione International, and sold the whole Campione and Leonia stuff finally to Rete Otto. This happened 1997, and what we celebrate now is 20 years since we got rid of our Radio Mania.